What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to be showing you how to replace an iPhone XR, also known as iPhone XR screen. Now, I know the thumbnail shows you that it has a cracked screen, but it does not have a cracked screen. The screen just stopped working, so we are going to be showing you how to replace that today. Before we move on with this video, please make sure you smash that like button and hit that subscribe button. Now let's move on with the rest of the video. Alright, so we're going to start off by taking these two screws off with a star screwdriver. Not the 4-prong one, it's like a 5-prong one. Keep these screws safe, especially the really tiny ones that are inside the phone, so that you don't lose it. So let's put it in a tiny tray or a magnet that keeps it from falling. Alright, so now that we got the two screws off, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a suction cup like this, and we're going to go ahead and stick it on the end like this. And then we're going to go ahead and pull. Oh, that was easy. Okay, so we got it off. Alright, so now you can take the suction cup off. Now what we are going to do is we're going to go ahead and take this black plate right here and this tiny one right here off to get to this wire and this wire, so we could take the plug out and take the screen off of the phone. Alright, so we're going to be using a Y-shaped bit or screwdriver to get this plate right here and that plate off. So let's take this. Let's start off with these screws. Now this last screw over here actually is a star screwdriver. So we're going to go ahead and get the star screwdriver, and we're going to take that out. And there's also a tiny piece there with the screw, so just be careful when you're taking the screw out. Alright, so we got the plate out. So now we could go ahead and pull this cord right here. The connection right here. This one right here is what you're going to be pulling out. Just like that. Now we're going to go ahead and take this one off. Alright, so now we could take this one off. Comes up easily like that. Now we can go ahead and unplug this side like this. I know this is the reason why I'm replacing the screen today. This piece actually ripped is what I just realized inside the phone. Alright, so now that the phone and the screen are apart, I'm going to go ahead and take the new phone screen here, and we're going to take this piece right here, unscrew this piece right here, and we're going to put it onto the new one, which is at the top. Alright, so first let's go ahead and peel this steel off. Maybe the top is enough for now. And now what we can do is we're going to use a star screwdriver, a tiny one, to get this top piece off. There are 3 screws on each corner. So we're going to unscrew. after we have done that, no, there's one more screw. There's one tiny one over there in the corner, if you didn't notice that one. We're gonna need a Y-shaped screw for this last one. So we're gonna change the bit again to the Y-shaped one. And we're gonna take the screw out. Like that. That is probably the tiniest screw out of all of them. So be really careful. Alright, so we got this off. We're gonna go ahead and remove this tiny little metal piece right here by just gently taking it off like that and move it to the side. Now we're gonna use a prying tool, and this tiny piece right here that was underneath that tiny silver piece, you're gonna carefully pull it out with your fingers or the prying tool, which came out like that. And then you go ahead and pry underneath with the prying tool like that, and now the piece came out. And now you're gonna go to the new phone screen, and we're gonna put it back exactly how we just had it there. So let's click this in. Just like that. Click them all in its place. Make sure it stays down. So nothing's loose. It's gotta stay down. Then we could go ahead and close this. Starting with the Y screw, which is the really tiny one. Oh wait, no, you're supposed to you gotta get the little silver piece back in there, which is this tiny one right here. And you're gonna go ahead and click that in place. So it might be a little difficult because it's so small.
2,000 years later.
Alright, so I finally got the tiny silver piece out. Took a while because it's so small. It was hard to click it in. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna close this up like this. And starting with the Y-shaped screw, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in there. Alright, so now we're gonna get the rest of the screws, which is star screwdriver. Okay, so I put the screws back in. Now what we can do is we can get the body of the phone, and we can plug in the connections from here. You don't want to open it, leave it open all the way. Otherwise, this other plug will keep coming out. So if I were you, I would put something else over here so that it stands up. Now what we are going to do is we're going to put the other plates back on. Alright, so starting with that one, I'm going to put this screw on. Alright, so we got that one in, make sure it's nice and tight. And now we have one more plate, which is this one, which is supposed to go right over here, which has 2 screws that you need to put back. The same Y-shaped bit they're going to be using to put this piece back in. Alright, so we put all the screws back in. Now we can pull the remaining plastic pieces off like that. I think that's it. So now we can go ahead and put the phone screen back on. Make sure you hear the snap sound to make sure that the phone screen is all the way in. Alright, so we put this tiny screws back in. Alright, so now we are all set. Go ahead and peel the front plastic off. And we can turn on the phone to see if it works. It's working, but the phone is dead. Just give me a few moments, let me let this phone charge.
1 eternity later.
Alright, so we got the phone back on. Now we can test it out to see if everything's working, such as the front camera for selfies and the Face ID. Starting with Face ID. Alright, so Face ID is working. Now we need to test out the camera. So we're gonna go in there and flip it. And it looks like the camera is working. So know that everything's working. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching my video. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video.